All right, guys. Let me just do a quick camera mic check here for my audio. Yep. Okay, that's working. All right, guys. So the new Dune trailer came out. It's actually weird. I was online and this thing came out like literally as I pressed the YouTube app. Like it was just like it was like they posted it as soon as I pressed. So I was like, wow, man. And I was like in front of the computer. So I was like, you know what? Let me say a few things. Anyway, as you know, there's a new Dune that's coming out with Denis Villeneuve. And there was obviously an original one in the 80s that came out, which I do remember, actually. I was never really a Dune fan. I mean, it was the one with Cal MacLachlan, if you know who that is. He was in Twin Peaks and some other movies. He was like a quite popular in the 80s. And that was the original movie. And then there was a Dune miniseries that existed like in 2000. But I think the original one is the one that I know of, and that it was appropriately weird because it was a David Lynch movie, and anybody who knows David Lynch movies knows that David Lynch movies are kind of unusual, so to speak. So in a way, he brought his own twist to it. But I think the key is now that we've got like a full trailer for the new Dune movie, is whether people think this is going to be better than the original, or whether people say that, look, you know what, the original was so average, it's not going to be that hard for you to be better than the original. Like, that's the real question. The trailer looks pretty good. And, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. Anybody watching this has already seen the trailer. Trailer looks good visually. I mean, it's not like I get like a lot of what the story or narrative is going to be, or the differences between this and the older versions from the trailer. But like most of Denis Villeneuve's movie trailers, the trailers have always been like visually cool, like whether you're talking about Sicario or Blade Runner 2049 or any of the other movies that he's done, like, the trailers or Arrival, the trailers usually have that sort of muted color palettes and dramatic, huge, big vistas and all that sort of stuff. So it was pretty much more of the same. As I've said, I didn't really like Dune. I mean, when I say really like, I didn't like Dune. I mean, I'll just be real with you. I played the game. There was a game that existed on PC that you could get that was more like an RPG type thing. And I played that. So that's how I knew about spice and some other elements of the game, but I mean, of the world. But when it came to the actual movie, I have to be honest with you, like, it was never really my thing. That being said, I'm into science fiction, so sci-fi is always my thing. Like I said, the trailer looks good. It feels like they cast like half of Game of Thrones in there, so that's interesting as well, because the Hound is in there. Khal Drogo is in there. Like, I was just watching, I was like, man, this just feels like, they put like a whole bunch of like Game of Thrones guys who met spoiler, met fatalities in Game of Thrones, I should say. Anyway, yeah, guys, check it out. Leave your thoughts and comments of what you thought of the trailer, if you're excited or not. I think it's sort of also weird where you see the same actors or actors who suddenly sort of are in everything. Like, I saw Zendaya was in, I'm like, wait a minute, she's suddenly in like a lot of movies, which is cool. But it's weird because then you're sort of thinking of people as different people that when the movies might actually be coming out at the same time, you're seeing the same person playing these different characters. For me anyway, and this is just my personal thing, when I watch these things, it sort of takes me out of the world more than when there's sort of a bigger gap between people being in particular roles, being in particular movies. Josh Brolin is in the movie as well, I saw in the trailer. And in general, like I said, I haven't got anything really negative to say about the trailer. The trailer looks pretty decent to me, But again, like I said, two things. I'm not a fan of Dune at all. and I'm not a Denis Villeneuve fan either. So those two combinations would typically mean for someone like myself, I wouldn't be rushing out to see this particular picture. But there are a lot of people who are probably really looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, so click like and subscribe. You know, we'll be talking about other things. You can definitely check out the Dune trailer, which is now should be everywhere because it was posted on the official page, and say what your thoughts are. All right, guys, till the next time, Talkback lives.